What is up, Atlas Esports fans? Welcome. My name is Adam, aka WXFan21. Let's get these cams on over here. Goose is our observer, and I'm joined by Obo. Goosey, baby. Obo, how are you both doing?
I'm glad to be here. Excited to cast another game.
Yeah, man. Goose, the producer with the most. How are you?
I'm good. I'm currently unmuted to chat right now. I'll be behind the scenes doing all the observing tonight. Really excited to be back in the seat, and I believe we have 2 games tonight, don't we?
That we do. We have the advanced team right now, as they are starting off on their CT side, going against Cheap, and then later on tonight, 11:30 p.m. Eastern, it is going to be the Atlas Esports purple team versus whoever it is they're playing. I honestly, that's for later.
Yeah, it looks like to be fast submitted here. Cheap opening things up. Bagel, Beanox finding the opening kills. Champ gets 1-2 and 1v4 that quick, huh?
Easy for Atlas. And I think that's one thing, Obo, I really want to talk about, especially this season, is this team is, for lack of a better term, they're brand new. And what do I mean by that? This team is... Nipsey's unfortunately gone, as Champ over here tries to make something happen, but does go down to Bagel. Nipsey is no longer with Atlas. Alpha has been brought in as the replacement. Alpha is our new Opera, and Binox has taken over as IGL. So for those of you that have been here for a while, again, welcome back. This advanced team, their scrims in the offseason have been amazing. The team chemistry is off the charts. And I am very excited to see what this team has in store for us this season, Obo, as Bagel starts off with a 4K.
Yeah, definitely nice to see a good piss round start, and you know, I've been out of the loop on all of the changes in the off season, so it's good to hear that people are feeling positive.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
I love the investment here from Cheap, as it's just a very small lean right now towards alt mid. Oh, Binox, what a beautiful FAMAS that is. And I think one thing we're going to see too, Obo, you know, we kind of talked about this a bit last season with the meta change. I think right now, definitely the current meta is both the A1S and the M4. It's just a matter of preference. And from seemingly listening to like pro level interviews, it's a matter of like, you know, what kind of maps do y'all got? Tyra does get taken out by Seabass. This is currently not looking good for Atlas, but here comes Bagel and M4, and Hampton goes down to win. It's all on to Binox, slowly creeping his way towards Banana, but there's Nin. Lurky.
Yeah, tough, pretty much possible situation. Binox is going to try to save the FAMAS. Maybe he was hunting for a kill that had an AK. I don't know. Maybe I feel like there's a safer way to do that. But yeah, your comments on the M4 definitely seem to be about right. The A4 is drastically gone up in popularity since the change, but that's of course because the A1S was being used almost exclusively. I think the nerfs are overstated, like in the amount of people changing to the A4. I mean, from what I recall, I don't really feel like they targeted the key advantages of the A4. So I
agree with you.
Not an expert, but I still use the A1S. Oh, I'm sorry. They didn't target the key advantage of the A1S in the nerf, is what I would say. So I still use A1S. I've been trying out the A4 on like my Smurf stuff. It's pretty good. They're both pretty good. I like that it's close and balanced.
Oh, Bagel gets taken out by Seabass. Tyra with the Deagle, unfortunately only finds one, but Binox over here in front apartments just taking out one. So it is a 2v3 situation. A couple of guns gonna be taken over. Alpha gets the M4. Quickly gets taken out by Cheat, but traded by Binox. Binox gets his FAMAS back. Kratos and Champ over. Oh, they don't have bomb. Oh, that's a mistake by Cheap. Oh, and Binox is going to hear that. He's going to hear that. Oh, he's going to walk right into one. That's one. Does he expect Champ to be here? He does. Can he win this fight? No, unfortunate. Just the swinging fastest of the MAC-10, overpowering Binox. Nice round, though, on an eco, taking away 4 of the guns from Cheap.
Yeah, that was tough at the end there for Binox, because like what he was doing, he pulled out the sidearm, I think maybe because the gun was low on ammo, and he was trying to get close to the angle and set up his crosshair to do a swing. And in that moment, he was swung himself in those. That's why it seemed like he was aiming so far to the left. So
Yeah.
tough timing for him. He knew the player was CT because that's the player he saw jump across to get the bomb. He didn't know necessarily that he was getting bombed, but he knew he was back there. But great eco, yeah, they're knocking down four guys and keeping the economy honest. It's gonna be 5 towards B.
Yeah.
So a little bit of
a 5-stack.
their own little Astralis here in the kind of under the dark box.
Yep. The 4-man stack with one of the top. T-Bass is just walking along, doesn't care. Okay, Binox. And that's information as the bomb rotates fastly over to A that all 5 are there. And the hunt is on. M4 is picked up by Bagel. And I think probably at this point, Atlas are just going to play here for exits as the bomb's going to go down for cheap. And are they going to go in, though? This is going to be interesting. They're going to try this.
Yeah, with just USPs, they don't really care. I think Bagel might sit a little back with the M4, maybe be the last guy to commit, but Alpha, first guy in, is going to get a dink. Tyra finds one, and AK recovered so cheap he can, well, he can do some work from pit. 3 kills, and Champ finds Tyra. So
Yeah,
I think another really good eco. Maybe save the M4 at the end, but good eco.
Yeah, absolutely. And now we're finally going to get a buy come out. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the first chance we're going to see Alpha and his op. If he is anything like I've been told and how this kid is practicing this offseason, and the little bit I got a chance to talk to this kid, I am looking forward to this. Also, this season, something you can expect here at Atlas Esports, there will be post-game interviews. Regardless of win or loss, there will be post-game interviews with the Atlas team, so be sure to stay tuned for that. As Banana Control is trying to be taken right now from Cheap as they're up 3-1. Binox already down to 2 HP, though. Obo, what are you looking for here in this first gun round from Atlas?
Yeah, so we just need to see how they're playing the map and doing the basics. So we're going to see how they respond to certain things from Cheap, certain map control, certain things like flashbangs like this, right? What are they doing to respond to this banana control? Well, they've started 3B early. It shows that they are aware that, you know, banana control is going to come in on any given gun round, and their prioritization here is going to give them that first kill. So Bagel finding the boosting player. He knows that there must be another player near. He's flashed with the smoke. Kratos drops 2, but Champ finds 1, and Wen takes down Binox over towards A. Beast finds 1 as well, so now it's a 2v3 situation, and A bomb site continues to fall under siege.
Nicely done. Nice hold from Alpha. Alpha gets 2.
Yeah, really good job from Atlas there. That round swung back and forth a number of times, trades coming in, and when trades are even, rounds hang on, you know, the next trade, and luckily it went the way of Atlas with a especially nice double kill at the end. So we love to see that.
That we do. All right, here we go. Once again, Alpha, I like this angle from him. He's playing, just quickly holding alt mid, and now he's backing out, heading back here towards Arches. Is going to be smoked out, so this looks like a quick, fast top mid take. But then the retreat. I think they were looking for a pick there early. Cheap trying to keep up. Cheap is really trying to keep up the pace that they had the first couple of rounds here, but Atlas looking to deter that fast pace. 4-man lean right now. It's going to be all on to Tyra. Defensive mollies coming out. Finds the first, needs the second, he does! Can he get the third? No. But that allows Binox to come in on the rotate. Binox found 1. Kratos picked up the AK. That bomb is going to go down, but the retake here, all kits and armor. Atlas definitely going to try the retake here. Kratos over towards New Box. It's all up to Atlas. Look at this 2-man lean towards Church. 1 still CT. That's Alpha with the op, and that smoke clears. Watch out, this kid's going to take your head off. Beast gets taken down. Binox will trade. Alpha running in with the USP. Needs to get traded. Binox out of ammo. Takes him out.
Too close to comfort.
And that should just be enough time. Binox will get that bomb defused. Huge round as Binox looking for that op. 3K from Binox, huge, and a massive hold by Tyra. If Tyra doesn't get 2 that there and holds, that's a completely different round.
Absolutely. All about the multi-kills with Tyra opening things up with his double kill that makes Binox's triple kill possible towards the end. And, you know, a heroic triple kill at that. We're coming down to both players using their pistols. It's just terrible, but we did it. It's fine. Up on Alpha, a little bit of awkward buy on Bagel, low on utility, MP9, but it's okay. Just pistols for cheap
Bagel
here
and
this
an
round.
MP9? Who are you kidding? This is like field worker Bagel. That's gonna take
this time.
Tech 9. No Tyra does trade.
Yeah, good trade from Tyra. I like the idea from Bagel, right? So it's a deliberate buy of the worst gun, at least, you know, recognizing he only has the economy for that, to deliberate buy of the worst gun so that he can make a play towards Banana. The flash with the smoke just doesn't work out, but the trade in the smoke is there, and another kill found towards top mid as it looks like Cheap want to end towards A. Beast, he's gonna end them towards A. 3 kills.
Nicely done. See, this is the Atlas now that they've got their gun rounds in. I mean, look, first game jitters, okay, get them out way over with here. The one thing I'm interested to see is I want to see if this Atlas team is better on their T sides when we switch over sides here at the half than they were last season.
So at a point of struggle last season, yeah?
Kinda, sorta. I mean, there's definitely games where their T side just completely dominated. But
Yeah.
I feel like T, if there was a flaw in their game, I think it was maybe a little bit on... Actually, no, I apologize. It was a bit on their CT side. Their T side was crazy.
Oh, okay.
My apologies. There was their CT side. So definitely we want to see more cohesion here out of the CT side. It's early in the season, folks. I apologize. We've had a month off. I've been busy doing stuff behind the scenes for Atlas. My apologies.
Oh,
But
it's
you know
definitely
what?
interesting to know that
Yeah.
they need to improve their CT side. It's definitely interesting to be able to draw, you know, parallels and differences between the last lineup and this one. So we're definitely looking out for that. And it's been a good start so far. 4-3. They've been able to bounce back from some good wins from Cheap, notably the second round after winning Pistol. So already a good look. And one thing I think you're always looking for on a CT side is a consistent offer that not only is going to hit the shots he's expected to hit, but not put himself in positions where he's one and done. And so far, I think we've seen Alpha do a pretty good job, but I want to see more.
Agreed. So, sorry, I was writing some notes down here. Alpha, holding top mid with that op. No aggressive peaks this time. I do think last season, though, it was just a matter of just positioning. Who was where, stuff like that. And maybe there was as much freedom on their CT side. This season, we shall see who's in what positions. Here we go again. Tyra has no choice but to hold this B bomb site from 2 defenders. Oboe, what are we seeing here? Why is Tyra seemingly left alone here on B several rounds now, almost in a row?
So I can't exactly recall what happened in the first round, but we'll analyze it. Well, I was going to say we'll analyze it in a sec, but he's just going to drop Tyra is, and it's going to be the save from Atlas right away. So we'll analyze it now. I can't recall what happened in the first round that they went B on him. It may have just been the case of, losing a fight towards top banana, and that's what it looked like this round. They got a player tucked in towards close wall, and a flash came in pretty quickly thereafter, and he died from that. I'm not sure if the corner player had backed off already or had been pushed off by that flash. If he had backed off on his own, may have been a mistake unless he was trying to avoid the flash because he wasn't there to support his teammate. If he was flashed off, then you know what, there's nothing you can do about it. And it's just a good execution from the T's. So if there's adjustment to be made here, it would be to prevent that situation from happening in the first place where a player is isolated from his teammate due to utility. And how might you do something like that? Well, what they did in the first round or the first gun round, I should say, where they had a third guy B throwing utility, maybe a second guy is then able to tuck and play anti-flash so that a first guy can fight. Having one extra person opens up your possibilities, especially in a place like Banana. So maybe that's the adjustment that needs to be made at the start of the round.
I agree. I mean, if we just take a look at this from an overall analytical standpoint, let's take a look at, in general, what we've seen. Bagel and Tyra are playing B. You have Bagel's very aggressive style of play and pushing up Banana. That leaves Tyra, who's anchoring B, to basically, if Bagel goes down and doesn't get any kind of kills, Tyra's immediately left at a man disadvantage. I think Cheap is already starting to pick up on that.
Well, yeah, and part of playing anchor right on a bomb site like B doesn't mean you play back when your teammate is up towards Banana. And we saw that just a moment ago. They were both pushing Banana together, and now they've both fallen back together. So when they are getting separated, it's either them making a mistake or the enemy making a good play. And again, we see that aggressing Banana together. So as long as they're sticking together and they're in tradable positions, that's great.
Agreed.
But Apps, let's look at Apps.
What is happening?
Beast with 1 kill, Alpha with a collateral 2 kill, but trades go back in the way of Cheap, but not all the way. Still a man advantage for Atlas Esports here, 3v2, and I don't think they're expecting Coldzera. Peeking out early, Ty was going to hit Wen down, not kill him, but, sorry, Beanox with the kill finally, using his USP, and a 1v3 is Zebaz. Left alone over in apps here.
When did Coldzera enter the server?
Coldzera's the name of that position.
I just call it Ninja!
I've heard Ninja too, yeah. Ninja's, yeah, perfect.
I was gonna say, wait a minute, did we sign Coldzera and I missed something here?
Coldzera's about as washed up that he might come down, sign with a, you know, tier, with a no pay.
Okay.
Well, sorry, Cold. I mean, I'm not trying to slander Atlas. Atlas is great. Atlas is awesome. Obviously, Coldzera would be Atlas punching above its weight class, but man, Coldzera blows. He didn't qualify for a major, man.
Yeah.
I honestly think Coldzera may be one of the most overrated superstars of all time. But let's get into that later. Rounds on.
Oh my!
Yeah. Sorry. Let's carry on.
Okay, shots fired. Coldzera, much love for my side of things. I don't know about Obo.
I mean, much love for him, but like, just analyzing his stats and as a player and where he is now, that's all.
Yes, the last couple of years he has massively fallen off.
His team just failed to qualify for the major, I think.
That's what happens when you get rid of this young opera named Try. I mean, did I go there? I'm sorry. Anyway, back to the actions. Atlas up 5-4. Obo and I will fangirl later. Oh my head.
Coldzera's definitely a
legend. Alpha's got a great angle if they start peeking in right now, but he's gonna have to fast fall off though. Alpha, my dude, I think we gotta talk to John about getting you a better op skin. Nice one tap. Needs a second, gets it. Nice buff. He's aggressing for more. Binox. Oh, he's gonna miss the third. Nice hold from Alpha and Binox. Cheap have no chance on A right now.
No, not at all. And yeah, you're again double kills, multi kills coming in from two players to make things work. And Binox even knows that player is Arch, and he so selflessly dips back through the smoke and says, "All right, I won't give up a chance for him to get a kill. I'll group up with the boys." And they benefit from that. They come out clean. 5 guns saved.
Outstanding. Atlas up 6-4. Their CT side's looking better. Again, if I'm Cheap, you have to be willing to continue to aggress towards B. Because A, you have no shot on right now. Alpha and Binox and Beast have A on massive lock. Nice util here from Atlas. Just your standard banana util. Nothing crazy, nothing out of the ordinary.
Yeah, it's just an eco here for Chief, so they're going to do a silent boost in the apps. No banana control, no nades to contest it, so they're going to decide to spend that manpower over towards
that
A.
angle into apps too.
He may not know they're on an eco, but he rightly falls back, and that's what matters.
Absolutely. Beast playing Pit instead of Alpha with the op. Interesting. Ooh, look at Alpha already going to rotate towards B, but it's going to over-rotate too fast. It's just the pistols right now for Chief. Beast needs multiple here. He finds the first. He gets, no, Binox gets the second. Beast needs this hold. Let's look at one already on site. Beast gets 2 more.
Oh.
He picks up a 4K.
Oh, lovely from Beast. Attack it off with the jump, or not the jumping, but the headshot on the jumping player with the Tech 9, and just a great presence of mind from Beast to swing Arch while those last couple of seconds of smoke were up, support his teammate, and swing back into short, get the 2 kills. Love to see it. And that's a classic Pit play. That's how you play Pit. It's so simple, right? You don't have to overthink it, right? Just jiggle the angles, peek with the team, use your smoke.
Beast, I might have to Venmo you $10. You're going to have to teach me how to play Pit like that. Holy moly, that was wonderful. If they had all flooded out at the same time, I think it would have been different, but they just didn't flood out at the same time. Oh, that's a nice nade. 7-4 in favor of Atlas. All AKs here for Chief. Not all the util they want, but they do get the armor. Bagel will take down the first. That is going to slow this push, but Tyra with the util in! Bagel needs 1!
Oh my lord.
Tyra!
The utility was just gorgeous there. I mean, the early molly, or the early nade to chip them all down to beat 3 of them, 1-shot headshot with an M4. Then the molly and top car to force a guy to swing, and then the flashbang retake for Tyra to get 3. I mean, that's the way you practice it. Like that's the way you expect it to go when you practice. That's how it goes when you dry run it. It feels that smooth, and that's the one time it goes. So that's just great. 8 to 4.
Absolutely no lube there on that last round. That was huge.
Oh yeah.
Outstanding from Tyra. That supportive utility was meant for Bagel. But Bagel gets taken out, and then Tyra, like an absolute beast. Tyrannical Tyra just takes out the 3 that he needed to take out. Cheap, just on Tech 9s, a little bit of armor. Cheap have right now no answer for how good Atlas have been playing here. Here they come. Bagel's looking for blood right now. Toasty Bagel looking for a third. Kratos gonna walk right into Bagel's crosshair. 3K from Bagel. Tyra and Binox get one as well. This team looks amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And the last 2 rounds have been story of utility. Can we see the scoreboard and the utility damage? I'm just curious.
Let's get that util damage up there.
In the top right, there should be a little button that
click
expands
and then click
the
little graph button.
scoreboard there.
There we go. We're trying something new here.
So 208 on Bagel, 249 on Tyra, so that equates to over 4 kills. And if you add beast damage, over 5 kills with just utility so far in this game. We're only getting started. Really good stuff. That's how you play Inferno. But Kratos, he's gonna open things up for Cheap this round. Beast drops towards App. So now maybe humility sets in. They kind of hunker down and they defend from sights.
Humility, look at Vegas, he don't care. 1 down, looking for more. Needs to run away with just 4 HP. That's Cheap's fault for not just quickly firing bullets down Banana.
Yeah, and allowing that 1v1 to happen while they're at a man advantage. Definitely a mistake, a little bit too aggressive from the T, but...
And that's why you watch demos, Obo. That's how you get better at CSGO.
That's right, absolutely. Watching demos, watching yourself, it's so much easier to tell your mistakes when you're watching them. But Bagel, he's going to make a mistake of Cheap, and when 2 kills in the back, Spinox finds 1, but Kratos and... Kratos and Seabass find one of their own, and Seabass actually finds another one, so a 1v1 Tyra. He's got to rotate all the way over from B here.
Camp, that op shot was insane. Op versus M4. Cheap going towards mini pit. Tyra only has a flashbang. Look at this. If he had held that library angle, this round would be over. Cheap would have never say die attitude. Too massive. Kudos to him, and Champ does find Tyra. Cheap get their 5th.
Yeah, really tough angle. That's just the worst angle when you're trying to see into pit, kind of down into the window from the arch side, and you really only have 1 chance to hit that shot, and Tyra doesn't make it work, and the op makes quick work of him. So 9 to 5. Atlas still in a very commanding position and a chance to close the half out with double-digit rounds.
Yes. Oh man, round number 15, 9 to 5 in favor of Atlas. All the util guns and everything they want here in the last round. Just a Mac 10 for Seabass.
And I don't know if you caught that, but a lot of utility was just dropped over to number 1, Tyra there. So he's expected to hold B on his own with this extra utility, and Alpha is going to make quick work of Champ. So things may be already falling into place here for Atlas on this last round strat. Look, Molly coming out, pulling a smoke from Seabass and pushing him off Banana. Worked like a charm.
The Cheap's credit. This is the first time I've seen this team play. The Cheap's credit. They look really good. Atlas, unfortunately, right now for them, just look better. But the executes from Cheap, definitely a strength of this team. As Alpha tries holding, will find one through the smoke, does get traded to by Kratos. 1 spotted pit. Seabass will take out Bagel. It's up to Beast and Pit. Oh, through the wall. Tyrannical Tyra left in a 1v2 clutch this time, coming up from mid instead of library. Atlas looking to get 10 here. Tyra, defuse kit and just a smoke. Not a lot of util to retake. No flashbangs, nothing. Flashbang and an HE left on the cheap players. Tyra knows it, finds one, but gets traded from pit.
And it's a great angle from Seabass, right? You see the angle he's holding there. He's basically letting the player walk up onto site there. Maybe it's almost too much, but it's enough. It works out because he guarantees the kill, right? And especially given it's the last round of the half, doesn't matter if his teammate dies.
I mean, I think it was really nicely done, Obo, regardless, because they had I want to say they had the crossfire, but they, the pit player had sight, and they played that to perfection. Tyra
It was a
goes, clears
crossfire,
up-
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Tyra goes in, clears out Ninja. That's all the pit player needed to hear.
Absolutely. Yep. Crossfire and then playing the off angle instead of just looking down short, right? So that Tyra isn't looking his way when he crosses his crosshair. Just good execution for sure.
Absolutely. Now let's see what Atlas have on their T side and Cheap have on their CT side. We are waiting for everyone to ready up right now. Obo, tell me some things you saw there on that first half as we get ready to kick off the second half of play that really impressed you.
So I like the utility damage, like we saw over, what was it, 5.5 kills, and that wasn't even counting the last couple rounds in utility damage. So good stuff. What you'd expect. Nothing to write home about, but what you'd expect, and it's good to see them executing what they need to do. Right? You can't be a superstar if you don't do the basics right. And then a good play from Alpha with the op doing his job. It's not always the easiest map to op on. CT side obviously easier than T side, but I felt like he fragged when he needed to, and I think overall everyone fragged when they needed to. We weren't missing too many easy kills, so I think that reflects itself in the score.
Double
but still a close
dualies
match.
out here for Cheap. Kratos and Champ double dualies. One here towards balcony and one towards banana. I love it. If Goose wasn't observing, I'd be saying, Goose, this is your round to cast because Atlas rules. Dualies are out. Goose cast, but he current. Oh, okay. Atlas rules. Dualies out. Goose cast. No. Okay. Goose decided to say no. This angle from Champ though, Obo, was fantastic with those dualies.
Speaking of angle, Beast finds Wen on his angle, dropping him with the P250, so a good early opener.
Trade me that Emerald Glock there.
Yeah, well,
Nice
Chira out here
from
trading a
Tyra.
banana, finds a kill of his own, gets his teammate, and even expects the sandbags player, but Binox none the wiser, so just a little bit slow on the old brain firing there, but that's alright. They're firing from behind. Alpha, Dink, kill, and Beast.
Nicely done from Beast.
Absolutely.
Alpha with the assist. That was
Good
a nice
recovery.
round there.
What? They were firing from behind. I don't understand.
Goose
They were
is
shooting
fired.
from- Oh,
Goose is
sorry.
so fired.
Whoops,
Goose is
sorry,
saying
talking to the
inappropriate
producer.
things
My
in
bad.
our ears. I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
Goose is making dirty jokes in our ears.
Goose, get
just-
your mind out the gutter.
Yeah,
no one can
come
even
on.
hear you. John, fire him!
So now you make me look crazy, like I'm talking to a ghost. Atlas
Goose is saying funny
Esports.
things. Can we please get this on stream? Goose is funny.
Yeah, 6
With
to
that
10,
being said,
Atlas
I want to
Esports.
talk about this buy. Two
Yes.
AKs, two MAC-10s, and a Galil. Really weird
Right.
buy here.
Well, the nature of the beast is they had lost the first round and won the second round, and so their eco is kind of weird. Same with the cheap, but since they won the round, you gotta buy. So they're gonna buy what they can, and because of that, they recognize they can't really spread across the map, play the long game, get map control. So they're gonna use what utility they have. They're gonna group up and go. They're gonna go for the hit on B, but they're taking a little bit too long. 4 players from cheap have made it over to B, and a 5th is well on his way. Site taken without any resistance. Smokes will do that, and Alpha will find the
That's a
late
retake.
boosted Wen. So a good opener from Atlas here against maybe a potential scary eco stack from Cheap, but I think the smokes and the guns are going to keep him locked out here.
Why would they not be on site? They decided to just hide church. That's really weird.
Yeah, it's tough. The nades can be suffocating sometimes, and I think maybe just getting caught on the wrong
One.
place and playing the wrong
Number
angle.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice round there from Atlas. I mean, I think Cheap, again, like, you made a good point, Obo, with just the nades kind of being suffocating and being pushed back. I mean, you were down 4 rounds. At least make Atlas work for it. You just had a light buy. Make them work for it.
Yeah, and it's tough, right? Because you can't really counter them. You can't flash through their smoke and peek them because you don't have nades yourself. So I think what they wanted to do is play the numbers game and say, all right, we'll back up, wait for everybody to rotate, and we'll push as a group, and try to do that. That's probably the best chance they had in that round. So I think they did the best what they could with what they had. And again, another tough buy from Cheap. Swag 7,
Beast
though,
with
opening
1.
things up. Beast trades, yeah, that's important.
The
So
Swag
equal
7
things.
on this map can be underrated if you play close angles on
Totally.
Banana or Apps.
Totally, it's all about where you play, and that goes for other kinds of rounds. Like when you're buying a pistol and an eco round, ask yourself, what kind of angle am I playing? Don't buy a deagle if you're gonna go play a close round, angle on the pistol round or on the eco round. Speaking of close angles, it's all close fights in top mid as Beast and Alpha find a flurry of kills there as the Eagle just whisks away.
As we head into round number 19, Obo, this team is as good as advertised. I kept
Absolutely.
hearing nothing but great things from this team as I chatted with them throughout the offseason. You know, I wear many hats here at Atlas, one's being the CSGO general manager, and I gotta tell you, finding Alpha, having Binox switch to IGL, big shout out to our former IGL and friend Nipsey over here in chat, former Atlas player, our friend Nipsey over in chat. This team looks incredible right now. Alpha's as good as advertised, and just taking Champ down with ease.
Yeah, really good look here, and it's nice to see a player that was in the IGL slot and the IGL role well, at least this far, and it's showing on the score. And it's showing in this round. Man advantage early for Atlas Esports as Champ drops, I think it was towards Banana. I missed the kill.
Yeah, Champ was taken out on T-Ramp.
T-Ramp. Banana control coming in from Atlas, and now just contesting this top area, and a little bit of a dangerous mission here for number 9 alone, but he's going to catch the player out, flashing Alpha there to support the corner player, and just a perfect sequence of events. Timing went perfectly for Atlas, and the round is done.
Yep, that's it. The save is going to be called, and the hunt should be coming on here for
It
Atlas.
is
At
on.
least a couple of people. The money isn't the greatest for Atlas, so they, you know, if they want full nades and stuff in the next round, they can't do a lot of hunting, but look at the hunt. It's coming in. It's going to be a pincer.
Yeah.
We got Tyra already pushing out. They just have to be really, really careful here.
Yep. They can afford to lose 1 or 2, probably 2, you know, probably 3. They don't want to lose the op, but they'll get money from winning the round, so they're going to feel okay and waiting for the teammates to come in and then pushing out together. Of course, this is the kind of gameplay you expect from a team like this, and even peeking the double pit or the mini pit guy together. And Nguyen has been spotted towards backside.
Wow.
His days are numbered. Beast.
Huge.
Block. Noggin.
Huge.
Thanks,
Absolutely
Go
huge.
TV.
At the very least, Go TV not looking at dead bodies this time.
Go TV was going on a nice stroll through mid. An evening stroll.
Fantastic round. Ooh, ooh. Double swag 7? What did we just say the other round, Obo?
Swag 14?
Ooh. Let's go. We're here. We're ready for it.
Is that allowed?
I mean, it's Counter-Strike. We saw an auto sniper being used in the cash cup for the ladies on Saturday, which I still think is criminal, but...
The way you counter an auto sniper is with a good op. Anyway, Bagel, taking down Seabass, playing around that smoke properly, and just the way the smoke kind of was working there, it worked in favor of Atlas, but Cheap finds a trade, Bagel finds one of his own, and that's the B-bomb site wide open. There is some resistance to be offered in the form of a 5-7, but Inox dispatches it with ease, and the B-bomb site once again falls. 14 rounds for Atlas. It feels like we just started, Adam.
Yeah, it does. This is Atlas just right now utter domination on their T side. Utter domination. Alpha has it up. Kratos is just over in CT, just like, can I please get a kill? Please. Pretty please.
Oh,
Nope.
so close.
Binox says, not today.
He hit him in the neck, which of course only does 35 damage.
We should be seeing force buys coming out here from Cheap here going forward. Even if they win this round, it's going to have to be force buys because you have 2 rounds left, and with the way Atlas are playing, you really can't afford to be on any kind of thing else other than those upgraded rifles. Heck, even if FAMAS, if you get a force of FAMAS at this point. But right now, Atlas look absolutely unstoppable on their T side. We have a 3 lean right now towards Banana, 2 heading up alt mid. What does Atlas have in store for us here in round number 21? Could we actually be looking at a sub-hour game? I think so.
Possibly. I mean, Cheap have everything they could ask for in this round. Full nade set at the start of the round. Much of it has been expended. The op as well on Champ. So if they can't do it here, they're certainly not going to be able to do it next round, or at least you wouldn't be so confident. Lean towards A for both teams. 4 players on A for Cheap and Atlas, probing in towards Brecca, but it may just be a map control mission here. So we still have a whole minute 10 left in the round. And, well, there it is. Opening things up, Alpha finds Champ over towards short, and that's the op down. Seabass feels the need to fall back with the loss of his teammate, and he's actually going to give up B. So all players over towards this A bomb site, or rotating in such a way as the hit towards Arch comes in.
The way that Atlas are playing their T side is wonderful. It's kind of like, it's kind of beautiful, actually. They're playing together. Alpha with 2 gonna just save the round, and he does! Alpha!
Triple even. Triple
4K
kill.
in the round,
Quadra
but the
kill.
3K at the end.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
21 kills for Alpha, 21 for Bagel. Definitely what you want to see from your offer, cleaning things up. Even had to pull out the sidearm to do the dirty, but haircuts were handed out, and it's 15 rounds for Atlas Esports. Cheap. Man, they are
Mapping
struggling.
game point for Atlas.
Yes, sir.
This is a team that would not surprise me if they go undefeated this season.
Hopefully.
This is a team that has aspiration of ESL Pro League. They can make ECL next season. I think this team's got a good shot at it, but the quest for ECL starts with this game. And as we're seeing from Atlas, they have put in the work in the offseason. This team looks clean and crisp. They haven't lost a T-sided round yet, and hoping not to here, but they are in the man disadvantage, Obo.
Yes, absolutely. 3v4 here, and they are spreading out across the map, I guess, trying to see how, if at all, Cheap are responding to this situation, maybe trying to see if they can find openings of their own. But it's going to be the collection of the bomb and the group up here as a minute passes. 55 seconds, and it's towards A. We seem to be ending. Tyra posted up an apps, and they at least know halls is clear, aside from the long hall balcony, so they can cautiously walk up bracket, only having to worry about 2 angles. Sound made, and so Cheap will start to begin piecing this picture together. Fake rotate back down. Banana, I believe, or no, set it for a smoke. Probably towards the front of pit. And it's short and apps where the hit's going to come in here. 20 seconds left.
Low pushes out here. Alpha needs multiple, only finds one. Kratos, though. Alpha gets the second. Kratos over in pit. No one's there, and they take him out. Alpha's got 3 again. It's Alpha. He needs the 4K. He's out of time as the bomb go down.
He might have it. He's got it.
Now
And the kill.
Alpha gets him.
Wow. What a way. Whoa, GeoTV. Jesus. What a way to end it. GeoTV was celebrating
Holy
too.
crap.
He's doing backflips. Wow. That was impressive. That was crazy. I mean, the bomb plant at the last second, I thought he blew it by firing that extra shot, but he plants the bomb as the number 4 is disappearing from his screen, which means he gets it down just in time. Really good,
Shout
yeah.
out Atlas. A massive shout out from Alpha. We gotta talk to our players after those last couple of rounds, and we are gonna have Tyra and Beast joining us here in the post-game interview as soon as they come in. We will be waiting for them, and then we'll pull them in there. Obo.
That was amazing.
2 of the last 3 rounds, Alpha's showing why this team went after him.
Very much so, and in other rounds too, we saw he had the double kill that particularly stands out in my mind. In first half, he had the wall bank, or the double collateral kill. That was aside from those rounds at the end of the last half, so lots of high points for him, and it definitely showed he was either first or second on our team scoreboard at the end. It was between him and I can't recall, but 2 of them were competing for top frag. So yeah, definitely great to see the offer perform, and like there's so many teams, you know, from pro to open that struggle to find a good offer, and that just makes the deal so like twice as hard, 3 times as hard, right?
Oh, Alpha's a very interesting opera, so for what it's worth, this is the first game I've actually seen him competitive play.
Mm-hmm.
Alpha, I want to say, reminds me a little bit of Torji. He kind of can be aggressive when he needs to be, but defensive when he needs to be. I wouldn't even call him Torji. He's definitely more of an aggressive style of opera. But Alpha also, again, he can come out a bit more defensive as well. And I think that's what's interesting about him. Binox looked so much better in this game as IGL and having the freedom to do what he needs to do than I think at any point I saw him in last season.
That's impressive, you know, that he's able to do all that and IGL and play well and work with a new team, and I think that's good traits to have in a leader, and I think you know, it's a good omen for his leadership going forward.
I agree.
Hell yeah. Are we getting the boys in here? What's going on?
Yeah, so we are waiting on Tyra and Beast, from what I was told earlier. We need them in for post-match interviews. I need them as soon as they are ready
Boy.
to head on in here. But we will, while we're waiting on that, Goose, if you could maybe get a hold of the boys and ask them. Oh, there's one.
Oh, there we go. There we
Yo.
go.
There they are.
What up? What up?
How you
They
doing? How you
finally
feeling?
decide to show up.
Here
We're
we
just
are.
waiting. Welcome, boys. Congrats on your first win of the season.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for joining us for this post-match interview, and let's just start off with it. What an addition Alpha is, huh?
Oh yeah, no, it's crazy, dude. Ever since we picked up Alpha, we switched up a couple things on Inferno. It's been feeling a lot better than last season. A lot smoother.
That was the best I've seen an Inferno game for you all ever.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely
Bar
feels refreshing.
All right,
Bar none.
there are a couple things I want to talk about. First thing, I wrote down my little note sheet over here. Round 6, Binox and Alpha with that retake. That was when you guys were the retake on B-bomb site.
Oh yeah.
Binox, absolutely huge. Didn't get the immediate trade when Alpha was taken out by the USP, but what an amazing poise by him to just stay cool under pressure, knowing that bomb is getting ready to tick off with less than 15 seconds left. Uses that USP and takes out that last player on New Bucks. What could you all hear comm-wise when that was going on? I'm curious.
Well, I think Alpha legged him. Someone called he was 1 HP. So the call was just to, like, double push him. Just, don't give him time to play around the bomb. Just push that guy, trade him. It was a little bit less clean than we wanted it to be, but he locked it in the end, so that was good.
Yeah, and I guess to what's speaking about Alpha, the only the notes, and Obo and I were kind of talking about it before you both came in here. Let's talk about 2 of those last 3 rounds before the end of the game. Alpha with amazing multi-kills, and quite frankly, saved those 2 rounds single-handedly. Can you all walk us through either some of the comms or just like what were the strategies in those last 2 of the 3 rounds that Alpha had those multi-kills? Because that last round specifically, the man disadvantage, and it was just, I think it was one of you guys were popping out of apps and it was 2 lane. What was everything like there? Because those multi-kills were huge.
Yeah, that was huge. Well, he didn't know he had the bomb to begin with, so it kind of gave him extra confidence. He just started kind of running around killing people. But apart
It
from
was a
that,
mini
yeah,
bagel.
yeah, exactly. He was just kind of locked in on just getting kills. He went 14-0 on T-side Inferno. He didn't die a single time that game on T-side. Yeah, that
That's
was kind of
insane.
155
I didn't
ADR. Yeah. So he definitely popped off. I mean, Inferno is one of his best maps for sure, but doesn't take away from the fact that he's just fucking insane. So
Yeah.
yeah, we were planning
Sure.
on ending A. It didn't go according to plan because some of us died a little bit earlier. But then we just told Alpha where they were and just let him do the job. You just killed everyone.
Obo, what do you got for them?
Yeah, so I'm just curious, what, if any, kind of counter shredding do you do before matches? Do you kind of look into your opponents, or you just focus on your own game?
It depends. We definitely give teams a little bit of a look. We kind of like watch some of the demos, but for the most part, we try and play our own game. Kind of just stick to what we know works. We don't try not to worry about what they're doing too much, but especially this team, I think they switched like 2 or 3 players since last season. Their IGL like just left a couple days ago. So
Wow, that's late.
yeah, it is kind of rough for them. But yeah, we watched our demo in Inferno and kind of just picked up on some tendencies, but nothing too crazy. Just kind of just sticking to the game plan, really.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely always interesting to see, like, how you feel about the other team. Did you kind of, coming into this, think they were kind of slouches? It seemed like the IGL situation and trading out players maybe have made them an easier target, or what was the kind of analysis coming in?
Well, their Inferno's always been decent, or not decent. Their Inferno's always been good, and we had struggles on it last season. So it's not like we were overconfident. We knew that we had to stay focused because the last like 4 losses I think last season were all Inferno for us. They have a pretty good record on it themselves. So we're trying to just stick to our game, not underestimate them. We knew that like it'd be a little bit rough because I didn't know who they were going to play with. Like we had no clue who was going to show up to play against us tonight. So can't really do much anti-stratting or anything when that's going on. But definitely figured it'd be kind of like a pretty close game, but I guess on T side they just couldn't stop us on T side. So
Yeah, I definitely noticed that. He said, especially with the 14-0 that you said the bagel. That's crazy. I guess maybe the last question I would have is, Alpha seems to be a big talking point, and I'm sure you guys have played on teams in the past where, you know, you have an offer, but he's not like a really good offer, not one of those offers that you really want to have. So what, like, how does the dynamic of a team change when you have a guy that is opping that is, you know, really consistent and some, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Well, last season, Beanox was opping, and it was his second season opping. He was always been a rifler before that. So there's a couple games where I know he didn't have the confidence that he kind of wanted to have with the op. So having someone that's pretty much always done this from the get-go, that is confident in their shots, it kind of just helps out the whole team because all of us know like we can rely on him. Obviously, we could rely on Beanox last season, but it's just not the same. Like this is what this guy's always done. It's like his thing. So it's definitely a huge, huge help and a huge relief on both bomb sites whenever Alpha's there just doing his thing. And then like he also brings really good mental to the team, so like we're vibing pretty hard right now. It's pretty good.
Well, let's hope the honeymoon never ends.
Sure.
I have one last question. It's for the silent type. I mean Tyra, who hasn't said a word yet in this post-game interview. Tyra, you absolutely madman, you. You looked so much better anchoring B-side Inferno. Do you think that playing with Bagel now has enabled you to be a little bit better on B-side now? Because there were a first couple of rounds there where Bagel did his usual aggro, Banana got taken out, and then it's just you left over on B. So what has helped improve your gameplay on your personal CT side this season?
Honestly, I really couldn't tell you. I feel like last season it was a little difficult because we all know like Nipsey, he's not like the craziest aimer in the world. Like he was our IGL and everything. We didn't want him to shoot back hard. So me playing B, I played it a lot differently because I had to like, at least for me, it felt like I had to get 4 kills for us to win the round. And that's not a shot at Zach either. Like I love Zach to death. He's a really good IGL and everything, but
He was hanging out in chat tonight.
yeah. I mean, like we know he's not like a crazy fragger. So for me personally, I felt like I had to step it up when playing B with him. But with Bagel, I can literally just focus on like my positioning and like getting my one and knowing that we're still gonna win the round.
I like it. So you feel just enabled to be like, Bagel, go do your aggro thing. I'm just going to hold sight. Because there were also a couple of other things too. Like you both would go into Banana together. Like there was a 3K that you would set up the supporting util for Bagel. Bagel gets traded, and then you end up getting the 3K.
Yeah.
That
It
was nuts.
pretty cool.
I assume that supporting util was for Bagel to go in and to get the multi-kill, right?
Yep.
I figured as much. Because Obo and I are like, what just happened? That was supposed to be Bagel. And then we're like, we see your name pop up on the kill feed 3 in a row.
That's why there's 2 of you guys there, right?
Oh,
Yep.
So awesome. That's good. Obo, you have anything else? That's it for me.
Nope, just pleasure to cast and hope to do some more.
Yeah, awesome.
Hell
Thanks,
yeah,
boys.
hell yeah.
We
Appreciate it. We'll see y'all on Wednesday for the next match.
See you on
guys.
Wednesday.
Good night for you guys.
Now.
Alright, peace.
Bye.
Appreciate it, boys. Have a good night.
You
Yeah.
too.
See
All
ya.
right, ladies and gentlemen, we still have one other game
Oh,
here
yeah.
on the docket, the Atlas Esports Purple Team.
Are we going
Goose,
to
I still can't pronounce the name, so just tell us how to pronounce it.
Porphyria?
Porphyria.
Porphyria, yes.
Porphyria. There you go.
Yes.
I will eventually learn how to pronounce that name. Atlas Esports Porphyria or Atlas Esports Purple. Our all-women's team. These girls are awesome.
What level is
They-
this? This is ESL, yeah?
No, this is ESEA Open. This
ESEA
is a
Open,
team
sorry.
that wants to make ESL Impact Season 4. Those will be qualifiers
right.
that will come after the Dallas Finals. But yeah, stay tuned for that. That's at 11:30 p.m. Eastern, 8:30 p.m. Pacific. They are a lot of them, so a lot of these games. So our Atlas Esports Red Team and Atlas Esports Purple play a lot of West Coast games. So these games are going to be a little bit later at night if we
That's
do
okay,
cast
Bonnie.
them. But check out our all-women's team tonight. Atlas Esports Porphyria versus, I believe it's the Midnight Express. Tonight, 11:30. I'll be back on the call. Obo might be. Goose is doing his thing.
I'm here.
Thank you all for watching. Atlas Esports main team, advanced 1-0. We'll catch
see
you
you
all
back
later
in a
for the
minute.
women's team. See you in an hour and a half.